Hi, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Debbie. I live and grow in Zone 6B, Pennsylvania. So I'm new to this home as of May of last year. The previous owners did not have an area dedicated to vegetable gardening. However, they had lots and lots of flower beds. So I'm trying to create a spot where I can grow my vegetables. Now, my home is situated on an acre. However, the main part of it is on the front end of the house. I have a very small backyard, and the front yard is where most of the land is. So it is going to be visible to not only my neighbors, but passerbyers in their cars along the streets. So not that I really care because, it's my garden. I do kind of care what people are going to be seeing as they go by, or what my neighbors will be seeing as they go by. So I wanted to be thoughtful in my process. So as you could see here, I had bought round cornered raised garden beds, and they are metal. I know you can't see it here on this paper, but that's what they are. And my drawing is kind of in the beginning stages. So I may not stick with this because it's all gonna depend on my water source and where I can get my water to this. If anyone's ever grown in raised garden beds before, whether it be metal, wood, or cement, whatever the material, they tend to dry out a lot faster than if you were to plant in the ground. So I'm trying to be thoughtful and make my life a lot easier when we're in the heat of summer and having to lug around water. So that's going to play a huge part in where this is placed. But my creative self wanted to create a garden. Since my beds are curved on the end, I thought I would make it a shape of a flower. And if you could see here, that's what I was doing. And in the center, I wanted to get a round bed and place my fig tree that I have. And then I have some asparagus that I wanted to place in the front of that, and strawberries in the back. So my property, this is my house, this is facing north and south, east, west. So keeping that in mind, that's what I'm thinking about as well. On each side, on the east and west side, I want to put trellises, and I want those to house the beans and the cucumbers. I also purchased over the weekend Nankin cherries, which I wanted to incorporate into my garden, and I want those to be in the corners. These are going to be lovely. They don't get as big as a cherry tree would, and the cherries on them are a little bit smaller, but they make a lovely jelly jam type of edible. So I'm planning on fencing all this in. I don't quite know. I'm thinking of cattle panels and 4x4s, 4x4 posts. But again, I'm not 100% decided on how that is going to look or how this is going to play out. So in each bed, I bought the 6. So I want the corn to be on the north side so it doesn't shade out anything over in front of that. So I have corn on each end on the upper part of the bed. And then I also wanted to put sunflowers. If you look at my book here, I'm reading The Vegetable Love Flowers, and this is a Lisa Mason Ziegler book. I love her material. She suggests interplanting the flowers with the vegetables so the pollinators can come and make your vegetables more abundant. So that's what I plan on doing. Now, this is just a start, so I haven't really thought about what I'm going to be planting in these beds here, but I am planting tons of peppers and tomatoes. I went on Johnny's Seeds last night they have like garden planning on anything you can think of. So I wanted to kind of figure out how many transplants can I put into a raised garden bed. And it gave me the number and I was quite surprised. So I'm really happy that I went on to that site. You might want to check that out, johnnyseeds.com, and then go into their, I think it's garden information or something of that sort. You'll see it when you get on there. But it was super helpful information. So on the ends of every bed, I was going to place onions, and I want to place a lot of them. I'm really wanting to make my own salsa this year and can it. So that's what I have big ideas for. And I love tomatoes. I love making sauce, and I wanted to grow a lot of those. Our family loves peppers, so I'm growing every kind of pepper, jalapenos, the California Wonders, all different types of peppers, cayenne. I also wanted to make my own spices with fresh herbs, and yeah, I think I want to incorporate them in here or either into the beds that I have from last year next to the house more and make that a kitchen garden. But again, I'm not 100% sure as to what I want to do with that just yet. So this being said, has anyone ever put together their raised garden beds in the middle of their living room? Or am I just crazy? I kind of had to see what it was going to look like because I've never bought a metal bed with round corners for vegetables. Like I said, I do have some out in the front yard, and those are a lot smaller. I don't know if you could see those. And those are going to house the kitchen herb and flowers. So yeah, these are 6x3. Excuse me, 6x3. And according to Johnny's, I can fit a lot of food in here. So I look forward to creating my garden this year. So I hope you stay tuned with me, and let's see how this goes this year. I have big ideas and hope they come to pass. Have a good day. Bye-bye.